Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all feeling today? This is Ken Beckford, and welcome to day 5 of my health and healing book series review. All right, the book that I'm gonna recommend for you today is called The Raw Life by Paul Nissan. Right, this book is a very unique book because within the book, Paul interviews various health teachers, health leaders, some doctors, some natural healers, and things of that nature, and basically breaks down the things that we consume that we call food, so to speak, by various categories. And he also uses boxing as the metaphor or the analogies, I should say, for you to basically gain an understanding of how you can train, how you need to train to go against certain elements or certain to have a certain defense versus certain things. Like say for instance, cheese, like animal cheese and fats and things of that nature. It's very hard to avoid if you're looking to make a transition and someone says to you, well, I want you to cut out the animal fats. I want you to cut those things out of your diet, the cheese and stuff. So people might be like, oh man, pizza, I love pizza and stuff. You know, being that those things that we do consume aren't good for us, that aren't good for us are usually addicting. We have to be very strong because if we just say to ourselves that we don't want to eat a certain thing that we possibly grew up on and have an emotional attachment to, it can be, you can have like a whiplash effect, right? Like you can say, man, I'm done with that. And then you walk past your favorite pizza shop, and then that smell travels and touches your nose, and it starts to make you reminisce back to when you were a kid, and your mom will buy you a slice, and and you'll get the cheese and you'll stretch it, and all of these emotional good times are attached to this here food, so to speak. That you say, you know what I wanted, and then you end up buying like a whole pie and then scarfing it, then you end up barfing later because you're all sick and stuff, and the cheese is choking you and stuff, and that's all because you weren't in the training to understand how dangerous it is for you to just try to walk away from that fight. You understand? So with every boxing match, has a certain amount of rounds that you have to go through in order to gain the victory, especially when your opponent is very good or maybe tougher than you are. You have to at least last the 12 rounds to see if you can get a decision. So one of the toughest rounds you're gonna face is say the cheeses and the milks and things of that nature, where it's a lot of times it's all over the place. You know, another one of the opponents you're gonna face is say let's just say in this case like the legal drugs, like say tobacco and like cigarettes and like alcohol and stuff like that, which can cause terrible effects down the road, if not even in the short term. So basically, Paul tells you before you get in the ring to fight them off, you have to be prepared for that kind of war. And he shows you throughout the book with the help of many prominent leaders, some who've I've mentioned in past videos, like Dave Wood, and then he also mentions Dr. Aris Latham, who is a raw food cuisine chef, one of the best ever, and they get into details about the importance of of eating the best foods that you can eat. Right, I can recall that Professor, pardon me, Dr. Latham saying that papaya is one of his favorite foods, although he didn't want to be negate the fact that all of nature's foods were best foods for you. So check that book out, The Raw Life by Paul Nissan. It's a great book, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Came back from Brooklyn, New York, and hey, if you see any value or have read any of the books that I've mentioned thus far, feel free to leave a message. Share this video with people who may be going through some situations with their health, or you know that want information that would help them make better choices and be in a good mood. Because one thing I do notice about being a healthier person is that the food puts you in a good mood. So, hopefully no one writes a book called Good Mood Food before I do. All right. So this came back from Brooklyn, New York. You had the best day ever. Peace.